Hi everyone, this is Taylor here, discussing week 5 of my human resource management course. This week we covered a couple of different things throughout the chapters, on honestly things that I really wasn't that familiar with. For instance, in chapter 14, it discussed a lot about labor unions, and I've always kind of felt that labor unions was a little bit of a tricky, conversation. It's especially being here in the South, labor unions are not common, and it's not something I was really familiar with. But traveling to different states and different places, you learn a little bit more about it, and I feel like it is a little bit of a touchy political subject. But I really did enjoy reading kind of how that, labor unions do increase the industrial democracy. I thought that was kind of an impactful term, actually, that I read about in the textbook. So I definitely found that was interesting in how a lot of management and human resources departments are having to find new ways to work together with, growing unions. Chapter 15, it brought to us the subject of global markets and how a lot of companies are having to grow into a larger global market as they kind of work towards more of an international commerce. This affects human resource management because this increases our global environments that we're working with. We really have to focus on the culture of a company and manage human capital. So I thought that was kind of an interesting perspective. Obviously one thing leads to another, and affects so many different areas within an organization when you are growing like that and you are expanding overseas into different countries and cultures and etc. So chapter 16 really focuses on how HRM has had to make the transition from transactional to strategic function. We really are kind of, creating a framework in the human resources department for a company, for an organization, just because I think a lot of people are realizing that their human capital is so important and is so critical. And as HRM, it is our job to manage that human capital. So our duties in the human resource management world are really vast. And it goes down to you're an employee advocate, you're an administrative expert, different things like that. In fact, that is one of the reasons that I chose to go into human resources, is just because there is so much to learn. There's so many different options and stuff you can specialize in. But at the end of the day, our main focus is the human capital of an organization. We, the people, are what make a company go round and keep the, engine going. So having a major role in that, I think, is pretty impactful, and it's nice to know that you're doing something important. So I thought that this week's readings was interesting. Again, the labor unions and stuff, it's something that I've never really just put a whole lot of thought into. I honestly thought it was kind of just more political than I guess everyday functional, how you would word that. So very interesting to read, kind of put a lot in thought in my mind. And as the class wraps up, I have found this class to be really insightful. So I'm glad that I've got the knowledge and excited to take it and move forward.